Hey guys, Brandon Woolum, CCM Magazine, and today we are with Zach Williams. Good to see you again, Zach.
Good to see you, man.
So I feel like every time we've talked to you the past couple of years, there's always some sort of big news. And we just talked to you 2 weeks ago, and somehow there's still big news that has developed
crazy,
in that
Yeah.
couple weeks span.
Yeah.
Coming up next week, Wednesday, going to be at the CMA Awards performing with Dolly Parton.
Pretty wild.
How cool is that, and how did all that come about?
Yeah, so wrote the song called There Was Jesus, and I remember the day we finished it, we were just kind of joking but kind of serious, and we were like, it'd be cool if we could get Dolly Parton, to sing on the song. And a month later, we were sending the song to Dolly Parton to listen to it, and she agreed to check it out. And come to find out, the day that we worked on the song, her manager told us that she put her headphones on and listened to the verse, and halfway through the chorus took her headphones off. I was like, I don't know who Zach Williams is, but I want to be a part of this song, and it didn't bother me one bit that she didn't know who I was. So it was just cool that she wanted to be a part of it. And man, she came in and she honestly was like, wanted to do the very best. It wasn't like come in and just mail in the vocal and like go home. She was there for probably 4 hours and, kept saying, I can do a better take. What do you think? How about this or how about that? And just, she was really cool. Like, had a way of making you feel like you were the only person in the room she was talking to. She obviously hadn't forgotten where she came from. And, it just felt good to be around somebody that was legend status that still took the time out for the little guy and wanted to be a part of their song. So
this
really
performance next week, have you guys rehearsed it at all? Do you know what's going to happen? Or
no, I haven't. I know what's going to happen. I don't know
how it's going to happen.
I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm going to be nervous, but I do know I have the arrangement. We're going to practice this week, and we'll see. As long as I don't forget the words, we'll be all right.
So how big of a deal is it for this kind of thing to be Christian music going to the secular stages? You had Lauren Daigle do it a few times.
Yeah.
Now this with you and For King and Country on the CMA Awards. How big is that for Christian music?
I think it's huge. For any time you get to stand on a stage, that size with the reach that they have and talk about Jesus. And the song's called There Was Jesus. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. So anytime I can stand on that stage and just share what God's done in my life, that's a win for the kingdom, for our genre, honestly, it's just a win in general. It's great.
So when you recorded this song, you had it in the bank, did you know about the For King and Country Dolly song already, or were you surprised that day as much as everybody else?
Well,
maybe I shouldn't have said on this.
I didn't know that King and Country had done a song with Dolly at all whenever we were doing the Dolly thing. I found out about it, as we were working with Dolly, to try to get her, in the studio to work on the song. It came to my attention that they had done a song with her and were going to be releasing one. But, I think, that's just, it's great. If Dolly wants to do songs with Christian artists, then Dolly's going to get to do songs with Christian artists if that's what she wants to do. And I was just blessed to have her on it. It's an honor for me.
So this tour is wrapping up next week. You've had some big shows in this run. Ryman sold out just this past week. Also Red Rocks. What made this headlining run special for you?
I would say that Ryman was one of the, for me, the highlight of the whole tour, to be able to be there in that room. I wasn't nervous until we walked in the day that we played it, but just to be able to stand on that stage and know the music and the people that have played and sing on that, it's such an honor. But even bigger for me just to stand on that stage and talk about Jesus was pretty awesome.
And the stage setup you're using on this run kind of blends right in with the Ryman. It looks like it belongs there.
It does, man. It worked out perfect. So.
And then when you come back home, you're also going to help out with the Nashville Rescue Mission. You're going to serve some food down there.
Yeah, still trying to figure out what I want to cook, but we're gonna be down there. I bring my family that day, so they're going to spend the day with me, serving some food. It'll be fun.
So the Zach Williams Christian thing kind of all started with Big Daddy Weave's Redeem song, and just a couple months ago, that same song sparked a murder confession here in Middle Tennessee.
I saw that.
What is so special about that song that makes people change when they hear it?
Man, I don't know. For me, just realizing how much God loved me, and what He says about me that I didn't see, that was what got me. I've all these years growing up in church, that never clicked until I heard that song, and it's crazy how songs do that. It's crazy how God uses things in your life to get your attention, and I'm sure with the guy that confessed to that murder, that's it. He can be forgiven for that, and God can love him through that, and that's amazing.
And with you, everything kind of came full circle. You've got the lead single and Big Daddy Weave's new CD
Cool.
now.
Yeah.
How did that all come about? How'd you get that song in front of them?
We were on a bus one afternoon, and I was touring with Big Daddy Weave, and we've been out sharing, a bus for about 30 shows, and they were struggling with just this kind of dark season they were walking through. Jay had just had his feet amputated, about 6 months before, and I think their dad was struggling with some health issues, and we were just kind of talking about some of the things that they've been going through in their life, and talking about music, and I got to talking about their song with Mike and what it meant to me, and we were just talking about some songs that I'd written, and I said, I got a song that I wrote. And I said, the day we finished it, I remember thinking it sounded like a Big Daddy Weave song, and I was like, would you want to hear it? And he was like, sure. And so I played it for him, and an hour later he texted me and was like, hey, can you send me an MP3 and the lyrics to that song? I want to hear it again. And a couple days later he told me on the bus that they had already put the song on hold to record, and I was just kind of like, wow. And that process takes a little while, and so it was a year and a half later I found out it was going to be their lead single, and for that to do what it's done for them, and be honestly, to just be kind of a light for them in just a dark season has been awesome. It's another cool God story. I mean, that's the stuff that he's doing. So
yeah, we talk about all these legends in the Christian industry that have gave you some praise here lately. Just a couple weeks ago, Steven Curtis Chapman calls you the torchbearer.
Yeah,
for this
I saw
Christian
that.
music right now.
I know.
Have you got to talk to him about that yet?
I did. I was like, did you mean to say that? No, he's awesome. I had a chance to write some music with him earlier last year. Great guy. But no, I mean, what a compliment. I mean, it's so cool. I mean, I would have never imagined that, in my life.
How did you find out about that? Did you read it in the Tennessean, or did people start calling
Actually,
you?
it's really funny. My neighbor gets the Tennessean, and she screenshotted it and sent it to my wife the morning of the Dove Awards. And I read the article, and then I ran into Steven as I was leaving rehearsals for the Doves, and I was like, dude, thank you so much for the shout out. And he was like, no problem. So,
that's awesome.
pretty cool.
And the Chris Pratt stuff's kind of came about here lately. You did an Instagram Live.
Yeah.
But apparently that's been an ongoing friendship for a while. You made it public now, but that's been, a year or so in the works?
Yeah, a couple of years ago we met, honestly, through an Instagram message. He used my song on a video that he put together, and Bart Millard texted me and was like, dude, did you see the Chris Pratt Instagram story? And I'm like, no. So I'm looking at it on the plane as we're taking off, and my manager was like, you should message him and see. I'm like, dude, he don't use his own Instagram. And so I DM'd him, and within like 30 seconds he responded, and it was him. And I'm trying to play it cool, not fanboy, and I'm just like barely answering, kind of little messages, and he's like responded, and I'm finally like, okay, I guess we're best friends now. And I kind of go at it, and I said, hey, I'm playing in LA in like a month. Would you want to come to a show? And he's like, sure. And so he was like, if I'm not on the road or busy, I'll be there. And I kind of thought, well, that was his way of saying thanks, but probably won't make it. And about a week before the show, he reached out and was like, hey, here's my contact from my manager. Can we set this up? Coming in, got a buddy that's going to come to the show with me. And they drove in, came to the show, and come to find out it was the night of the Oscars.
Oh,
and
wow.
He had skipped the Oscars to come to see the show. And so through over the last year or so, we've kind of kept in touch on Instagram, and then my manager ran into him one day in an airport and pitched him some of the music on the new record before it was out. And he got a chance to listen to it and was kind of texting me back and forth like, dude, these new songs are great. And so we just reached out one day and we're like, hey, would you want to jump on and talk about the new record when we release it? And he was sure. So it's been really cool.
So you're finishing up this tour in a couple days. What's after that? You gonna take some time off and then head back out, or?
No, actually, the morning after the CMAs, I fly to Israel for 8 days. I'm doing a trip with K-Love, and Willie Robertson and his wife are going to be speaking, and I'm going to be leading worship. So I'm taking my wife, and it'll be the first time I'm going over there and doing that trip, and we're super excited. But after that, I think I have one show, and then I'm off for a few months, which is going to be great. Going to be doing some writing in January and February, but for the most part, just spending time with my family and resting up for the tour in the spring.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks for sitting down with us today.
Appreciate it.
And have fun on that little break you get.
All right,
and
man.
the CMAs next week.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.